Hi everyone, so we're just going to work through a quick session today of total body. So we're just going to start off with our arm movements. Hands to the front on the thighs, nice deep breath in and breathe out. We lift the arms up to shoulder height and then return them back on the thighs to recover. So working through the front of the shoulder here as you lift your hands up to shoulder height and back down on those thighs. Arms can be as long as you want, straighten them out to make it a little bit harder. Bend the elbow in towards the chest to make it a little easier. We're just going up and down, just trying to flow through that there. Lift those hands to shoulder height. Return those hands down to the front. So on the lift to shoulder height. Turn to the front. Two more here, trying to lift them to shoulder height. Back down on that recovery. Lifting them hands to shoulder height. Back down on that recovery. Stay on the arms now, we're going to bring the hands to the side of the body. We're going to lift them again to shoulder height. This time they're up to the side, so try and make a T shape at the top. Bring them back down again to recover. So this time we're going for the middle part of the shoulder as we lift to the shoulder height with the arms and back down. Again, you can keep the arms nice and straight to make this one harder. You can slightly bend the elbow in towards the body, but less pressure on the shoulder muscles as we lift. And we just lift as high as we can comfortably to that shoulder height, coming back down to recover. Two arms, we do one arm at a time. We're just lifting and then we return on that recovery phase. Do three more here, lifting to the side, turn on that recovery, lifting to the side, turn on that recovery phase all the way back down. One last time here, lift it up and return. Hands fall down to the side, let them recover. The upper body recovery, moving into our legs. So here we're trying just to do a simple foot lift. So starting off with that right leg, which we lift the right foot off the ground gently and then return it back down to recover. So we're trying to strengthen the hip muscles here a little bit as we lift the foot off the ground and back down to recovery. So we're just lifting the foot off the ground and back down to recover. Staying on that right leg as we lift, coming back down to recover, lifting that foot up, back down to recover. Staying with that lift and back down. We'll do two more on the right, so we're lifting that right leg up, lifting that right leg down, lifting that right foot off the ground, and down and recover. So from there we're going to switch over to that left side, same movement again when we're ready. We'll gently lift that left foot up, back down on that recovery phase, lifting that left foot again up, back down. So again you're getting this hip strength, a little bit at the top of the muscles strength here as we lift that foot off the ground. Staying with that left side, just nice and steady, always return it down towards the ground just to reset and let that leg have a new recovery. And again, we're just lifting as high as we can comfortably and return on that recovery. Lifting as high as we can comfortably, return on that recovery phase. We'll do two more here on the left, lifting that up, turn to that recovery, lifting that up, turn and recover. Well done. The lower body at rest, we'll move back into our upper body. Okay, so just going to go for a bit of bicep curls here. So again, we'll bring the arms either side of the body. Palms are open out, so the palms are sort of towards the roof direction. We're going to bend the elbow here, bring the palms towards the shoulders and back up. You can close your fists here if you want, or keep them open. But the aim here is just to bend at the elbow, hands towards the shoulders, just to get the target those biceps in the front of that upper arm area. Lift for the squeeze, down to recover. So we just lift for that squeeze area, down to recover. So go nice and steady, again just rising as high as you can comfortably and controlling on the way down, all the way down if we can. Just let that arms hang at the bottom for a second to recover, bring it back up for that squeeze, all the way down, let them recover at the bottom. We'll do three more here, up for that squeeze, coming back down for that recovery, coming up for that squeeze, back down for that recovery. Last one here, coming up for that squeeze, and back down to that recovery. Good. Bring ourselves back into our shoulder and our triceps here. We're going into arms over the head, so we're going to bring the hands either side of the ears. Sort of keep the elbows bent at 90 degrees, and just going to push the hands up over the head slightly, and then bring it back down. Pushing the arms up over the head, and then bringing it back down. Working here through the shoulders, a little bit of the back of the arm, those triceps as well. We're working the entire shoulder muscle here as we lift, and then we're coming back down to recover. Working through that lift and then back down to recover. Good, as we rise, and then back down. You would feel this one in the shoulder area on that lift, coming back down. We have 3 more on the shoulders, rise through on that lift, coming back down, rise through on that lift, coming back down. One last time here on this one here, rise through on that lift, and return. And again, let them arms recover fully on the legs again, let the shoulder muscles recover for a couple of seconds. As we move back down to our lower leg, we'll go into our leg extension. So this one here again, we'll start off with that right leg. It's going to be like that kicking motion. Just going to bring the foot out as straight as we can, and then bring it back down to recover. So you're going to extend your leg out as straight as you can, and back down, fully recover. Work here the front and the quads on that lift. We're just working through that leg lift here. So stand on that right leg now, extend out and back into recover. So as you extend the leg out again, it's just as far as you can comfortably. Feel the front of the leg muscles working as we extend out, and we're back down into that recovery phase. Extend away, come back into recover. Extend away, come back into recover. We're doing 2 more on this side. So extend that leg out, back into that recovery phase. Extend that leg out, back into that recovery, and just let that right leg relax. Recover that right side as we switch over to our left side. Same movement again, we're just going to try and extend that leg out. So if we can, just going to extend that leg out as straight as we can, coming back in for that recovery. Pushing that leg out into that straight phase, back in for that recovery phase. So leg is trying to be lengthened, and that leg returns and recovers. Leg is trying to be lengthened, return and recover. Again, we're just stepping out as best we can and recover as we come back in. Extending it out, recover as we come back in. We'll do 2 more on this side. Extend that leg out, recover as we come back in. Extend that leg out, cover and relax. Feet are back on the ground here. We're just going to stay with the legs. We're going to work a wee bit through the ankle and the calf muscles. So what we're doing is trying to keep the feet on the ground, and what we're doing is just gently pushing the toes into the ground as you lift your heels off the ground as high as you can. You'll feel that muscle in the back and bottom of the leg contract, and then let it relax as you bring it back down. So my feet stay on the ground here, and gently pushing the toes into the ground as I lift the heels off. And then I'm returning and recovering the heels back down towards the ground. Pushing it through the toes as I lift the heels up, and then coming back down to recover. Staying with that movement now, the 2 legs at a time if we can. Lifting the heels off the ground as you push the toes into the ground. You get that tension through the bottom back of the legs and the calf muscles, trying to strengthen that calf area and that ankle joint as we push the toes into the ground, lift the heels gently off the ground as high as we can comfortably, and bring it back down to recover. So we lift in that tension phase and back down to recover. Lift through that tension phase, bring it back down to recover. Lift through that tension phase and back down to recover. We have 3 more here, so gently lift the heels up and return to recover. Lift the heels up and return to recover. One last time, gently pushing the heels up, feet, toes in the ground, back down to recover. Well done. So moving through that upper body, we're going to go into the front of the shoulder lift again. This time here, the hands are coming either side. My thumbs are going to be front, so we're going to try and thumb lead the way here. So as you're going to lift the 2 arms up to shoulder height, but my thumbs are leading the way, and then I bring it back down. So the hands are sort of, fingers and are sort of in line with the side of the walls here. As I rise up, the thumbs lead the way to shoulder height and back down. We're just trying to get a wee bit into the shoulder and rotator cuff muscles here as we just have the hands rotated in this direction, thumbs leading the way up towards the wrist, and then back down to recover. Again, the arms can be as long as we want. We can slightly bend the elbow in to make it a little bit easier. We're just bringing ourselves up that shoulder height, coming back down then to recover out of that phase. Thumbs are leading the way, and then return to recover. Rising again, thumbs leading the way, and return to recover. So we're going to go 3 more on this lift. Lift into that shoulder height, chest nice and tall, coming back down. Lift into that shoulder height, chest nice and tall. Last one on the front, lift into that shoulder height, coming back down. And again, letting the arms relax, the body recover, shoulders recover. So next one here again, we're going to go into that root cuff muscle a wee bit if we can. What I'm going to do here is going to bring my arms up to that shoulder press position, so it's like a sort of W or shape with the arms and the elbows, bend the elbows. And what we're doing here now is just bringing the hands down in line with the floor as best we can and bringing the hands back up that starting position. So if you imagine your two hands are in line with the ears, elbows are bent, I'm just going to bring the hands down in the same direction as the floor and then bring them back up. We're just moving that movement there just as far as we can comfortably. You're going to feel this one around the back of the shoulder after a few reps where we want to target around that rotor cuff muscle, which again helps us strengthen this area here, helps that overall shoulder joint and overall shoulder stability. The hands are coming down and then the hands are pointing up towards the roof. Fingers are coming down across in line with the floor, fingers are up towards the roof. Just leaning down and then bringing it back up. We'll do 3 more here, leaning it down, bringing it back up, lean it down, bring it back up, one more time, lean it down, bring it back up, and again just let the arms recover. You'll feel that all the way around that shoulder joint, so just going to let them recover and set. Next one, we're just going to move into our neck. We're just going to do a wee bit of rotational exercises with that tool there. So again, we're just going to simply look to your left side as far as you can. Hold it for a second for that stretch. Bring yourself back to your center point, and then we look towards our left shoulder, over that left shoulder as far as you can. Back to that center point. Back over to the right. Look as far as we can. Back into the center. So we're just trying to work through those neck muscles. Keep that range of motion as best we can as we work through side to side movements. So we're looking over that right shoulder, and then back to your center point, pause, looking over that left shoulder, back to that center point, pause. One more side for this one, right shoulder next, pause at that middle part, left shoulder next. Back in and pause in that center point. Looking up and down now, so we look up towards the roof to get the stretch to the front of the neck muscle as far as you can. Back into your center, we're looking down towards the ground as far as we can, just leaning over that head, lengthening. Head is up towards the roof, lean that head back, get the stretch in the front of the muscles, lean that head forward, get the stretch in that upper back muscles, back into your center, bring that head back up towards the roof then, back down to your center point, lean over that head, get that stretch around that upper back area, back to that center point, one more here, so look up towards that roof area, stretch in the front, back to the center point, and we look down towards the ground. Coming back up to the center point and pause. Last few ones to sort of roll out those circles for the shoulders. So when you're ready, we're going to up and down with circular motions of shoulders just to work them shoulders out. So we're looking for big rolls in one direction, as big as we can, to try and open out that shoulder joint area, taking a real attention off through the chest and that upper back. And then from there, we're going to change direction of that shoulder. Circles going forward if we can, big as we can. The circles nice and controlled, just try and open out that other area as you rotate that other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Arms then are coming by the side. We're going to pull those arms back as far as we can. Just opening out that chest and bicep area. We're trying to reach those hands back, get that stretch across the front of the body. Arms as best we can is lengthened. Pause at that stretch for a couple of seconds as we try and stretch out the front of the body. 3, 2, and 1. From there, just bringing the arms back, and that is our sequence done.